The question is, how do you use storytelling in the outreach stage of these relationships?
Excellent question. So I'm going to tell you about a client that I think is doing it very well. And then Jess, I'm going to get your perspective on this from the graphic design standpoint. So again, I've talked about the power of brevity. And if you've been on any of my other webinars, one of my best practices is, keep that initial outreach short but impactful. I try to not write any emails that are over 200 words for that first email. And so you're probably thinking, well, how do I utilize a story to even try to connect with someone via email? So I think I've got a great example for you. So I work with a client who started her own nonprofit in the area of liver cancer. And she started this nonprofit based on history that she had with her sister who had liver cancer and unfortunately passed away. So she was in a very unique position to be her sister's caretaker, as well as see what this disease does. But she also understands the principle of reaching out to large corporations, like for her, reaching out to a lot of, pharmaceutical corporations for potential support. And what she does very simply is she introduces herself at the top and references that she's the founder of this nonprofit, and she found it because, and it's just one sentence that basically builds the story of how she was her sister's caretaker, and unfortunately, when she passed away, she wanted to create something in her honor. That is one or two sentences that are very compelling, that builds a story in your mind. So that's one way to do it. Really try to compartmentalize in a couple sentences in that first paragraph if you're doing outreach via email. You can also use that same philosophy if you're reaching out on LinkedIn as well. Another way to do it is using actually one of Jess's best practices earlier. At the end of your email, you can put in a very small hyperlink to a video, and you can basically say at the end, and I keep it really short and sweet, link to our 30-second story. And somebody links it, it goes right into a video. The reason why I like link to our 30-second story, I'm not giving anything away that's going to prevent them from wanting to click on it. I've told them it's 30 seconds, so it's not going to take a lot of time. If you could even get it down to 15, that's better. And also it just prompts curiosity. And again, goes back to what I said earlier about the power of brevity. It really respects their time. So those are a couple examples I have from an actual corporate sponsorship person's perspective in the actual outreach.